Algar Productions.
This is the Post-Atomic Horror, the most comprehensive Star Trek podcast ever produced. Your hosts are Ron Algar Watt and Maggie Robotham. Episode 514, Ouroborous.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the Post-Atomic Horror. I'm Al.
I'm Maggie.
And this is it. The nail in the coffin of yet another Star Trek series.
Yep.
We talked about this last week about
some down, some to go.
Not much more to go.
No, not many more to go.
Like, we got little scraps of things like that new kiddie show, which is even more of a kiddie show than this kiddie show.
That show, I don't know. When we say shows are for babies, this one is literally for my nephew, who is 2, watches that show.
This one, Prodigy feels like it was for tweens. That feels like it's for, like small children.
Tiny babies.
And I know you don't want to, but at some point we're going to have to talk about very short treks. That's what it's called, right? I can't remember.
Yeah, I hate very short treks. They're all horrible.
Well, the thing is, they're very short.
They are very short.
Your summary could be a sentence. Like, it's fine. Like, maybe we'll knock those out during the supplemental. What do you think?
That's not a bad idea.
Then we don't have it looming over us anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing myself.
This one coming up? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, which we're doing next week. And if you want to write to us, by the way, postatomichorror@gmail.com.
If you'd like to ask why I hate very short treks,
well, you're
going to find out. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I don't know how many they made, but I don't think it was that many. So I
think it was just a handful.
Look, we made it through the circa 2000 Flash animated Lobo series for the other podcast. We could do this.
That's true.
But my point is there's a few odds and sods, but for the most part, we just got Strange New Worlds and then the forthcoming Academy show, and that's it.
Yeah.
So,
and who knows who knows what's going on with Academy?
Academy drops in a month and a half.
God, is that right?
Yeah, we're going to be covering it after we cover whatever Strange New Worlds we have, but But yeah, it drops in mid-January, I think, maybe even early January, real soon.
Yeah, I guess we've just got a straight. Season 4 of
season 4.
We're only up to season 3 of Strange New Worlds.
Season 4 has wrapped. They shot it. They don't have a release date yet.
Okay,
and then season 5 is going to be short, but it'll be interesting to see if season 4 drops anywhere close to us wrapping season 3 on this show. I would love to do one continuous run and not break it up, but
that would be ideal.
But if we have to, we have to.
Yeah.
We'll see. And we might, at a certain point in about a year, run out of stuff again.
Yeah.
But before we
then we're going to be
reviewing
Disney's dinosaurs.
I mean, no. You know my 90s thing.
Uh-huh.
We could do
These
some
are bad,
90s.
Maggie.
We could do some 90s. I'm not going to say no 90s, but I'm going to say we got to mix it up. If we do that, we got to do other things too. Disney's dinosaurs, and I don't know. I was about to say Alf, but we did that.
Yeah, we did do Alf. We'll never do Alf again.
No. That reminds me, the Gavs have chosen our thing for the crossover this year.
Yep.
And it's a strange one. It's not one I expected. So.
It is one I have history with, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't want to reveal it just yet, but I will say.
No, we'll get.
When I tell Vishal, he's like, "Oh, you guys have I can't remember his exact words, but he was so pleased."
It was something like "you spoil me" or something.
Yeah, that was it.
It was really cute.
It's clear he's really looking forward to drawing it. So
yeah,
I'm excited for him, and for me, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But before we do all that, we gotta talk about the last bit of Prodigy. So one final time, breaking up the two-parter like we do. So why don't you tell us what happens in part 1, please?
In Ouroborous. God, okay. So while Essentia goes fully burn it all down mode, all of the everybody gets together to plans to send the protostar back in time. This is marked by what felt like a 20-minute-long explanation of the entire series up to this point. All the plans, all the timelines, and all the boring, annoying bits, which basically results in this. 1, Janeway and Voyager have to fight the Reapers from Mass Effect. 2, Chuck, hologram Janeway, and the Protostar have to go back in time through a portal that 3, our gang of Muppet Babies needs to create by doing electronics in a big fucking tower, and then Epsilon, Gwyn needs to defeat Essentia in a sword fight. Luckily, Gwyn brought the most reliable weapon that I, Maggie, can possibly conceive of, a long length of pipe. Mm-hmm. So then, these two beat the ever-loving blue-eyed piss out of each other while Dal, Jenkinpog, and the despicable Murph climb the big tower while lightning flashes around. And if this sounds like the most cliche third act to have ever appeared in anything, wait till you see the big Star Wars camera swing that happens during the sword fight. Dal does a full Doc Brown, plugs in a big cord thing, while Murph battles to the death with one of those big, pointy robots that have been around through the entire series. It's the ultimate battle, Squishy versus Spiky. Whoever wins, we lose. By which I mean Murph wins and I lose. And Jenkinpog complains about climbing stairs. Anyway, the plug-in opens the wormhole, the Reapers all die for some reason, and then Gwyn's people give her their force powers so that she can defeat Essentia. Also, I think Essentia's brain might have exploded. I haven't seen part 2 yet. Anyway, the wormhole opens and Wesley freaks out because we all forgot about the loom. Nobody remembered to ask anyone about loom.
Wear your button next time.
Ugh. I should get that button.
Yeah, we should all get that button. Realizing this might be the final episode of this series, and therefore our last chance to see a bunch of people running away from squids, the writers deliver exactly what nobody but they wanted. More scenes where a bunch of people run away from squids. At one point in the battle, Kate quotes Shakespeare, like she's always all the time doing. Mm-hmm. Then Wesley and the kids and some talking tree who isn't Groot send the Protostar through the wormhole and fulfill the full circle plot we all knew was coming from the beginning of this season. I mean, they called this 2-part finale Ouroborous in case you missed all those other hints along the way. Then the show that we praised for being a kids show that doesn't treat its target audience like they're stupid spends 5 full minutes recapping all the stuff that happens once the Protostar goes back to Tars Lamora. So, with the mission a success, the Prodigy's wait, hang on. First, Wesley visits his mom, because we desperately needed closure on that, I suppose. Then the Prodigies return to Earth and properly enroll in Starfleet Academy, where they're hailed as heroes by their classmates. And Janeway retires to the farm that she's cared about so much, these 3 or 4 episodes now. It's all a bit pat, but all in all, it's not the worst send-off for these guys. I'll just dust my hands and loudly proclaim that we've completed another Trek Hang on. There's still 7 minutes left? Huh. All right, consider my hands undusted. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, well, okay. Remember the big synth-created disaster on Mars that kicked off Picard Season 1? That just happened. Which in the ensuing emergency means that Janeway is drafted back into Starfleet like so much disco bones. And the kids are promoted to ensigns, the same rank as Harry Kim, said Tilo as she watched this with me. And assigned a new Protostar-class ship, the USS Prodigy. Not bad little payoff there. Featuring an emergency command hologram by the name of Hologram Janeway, which is a pretty sweet thing to do if you ignore the whole Starfleet doesn't trust synthetic life forms thing that literally just happened. Just let a hologram drive the ship, it's fine.
That's fine.
Dal decides that Gwyn should be captain now, which implies that they've both gone through some fundamentally life-changing character growth this past season. They haven't, but whatever. This is the new status quo. So now it's off into the sunset for what honestly looks to be a pretty refreshing and back on task season 3. So now let me just take a big sip of water as I look up Prodigy season 3. Oh, well, never mind, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just roll into your bad thing.
Star Trek Prodigy.
Let's just roll into your bad thing here because I kind of already touched on it a bit.
Uh-huh. So the last episode of Prodigy was in itself a pretty goddamn boring wrap up to the stuff about this show that I didn't care about, but then having the actual end tie into the shitty 30 years later world that Picard starts in, ugh. First of all, tying into another show, especially on this children's show, is bad enough. Bringing in that awful president that makes Picard leave Starfleet in disgust is worse. And also, no kid watching this is going to give a shit. There was never a single synth in this show. There's a moment in this episode where Jellicoe's like, the synths have all rebelled on Mars, and I'm on the Mars
Utopia Planitia.
Utopia Planitia. And I'm like, I know what that means, but anyone watching, but like any child watching this is like, what the fuck?
See,
if you haven't seen,
oh, go ahead.
Fair. If you haven't seen Picard, you have no idea what any of that means. Like, I guess it's a big space disaster on Mars, but if all you've seen is this show, you don't know about any of that.
I don't think that matters. I think what they've done is created some kind of, because what they end up doing is now Starfleet has to deal with this, and they don't have enough fleet to go out and explore. And Janeway says, yeah, but we got this ship and these kids. They can go explore. So I think what they were trying to do is say there's some disaster that means all the grown-ups are busy, so the kids can go have an adventure, but the grown-ups are doing this. And then someone in the writing staff said, wait, we could tie this into Picard. And like,
sure.
I think that worked pretty well, because I think we're bringing a lot of baggage. We know all this stuff. But
buddy, I'm bringing a lot of baggage.
Yeah, we've got 900 some episodes of in our bags, like lugging behind us. And the wheels on mine broke long ago.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just dragging it across the terminal. Yep. But I think if you were watching this like completely fresh, if this was your first Star Trek series, you'd be like, huh, that's a lot of details I'm not sure I understand, but I understand it better than all this time bullshit. And I get that it means the kids get to go on their own adventure, so I don't care that much.
So here's the thing. If we had gotten a third season, this would be a great opening to that third season. But like, since this is the last episode, all this is just like, and then a bunch of bad shit that no one understands happens, and also Wesley got to call his mom.
You're not wrong about that, but I don't blame the show for not being picked up for another season. I mean, yeah, this season sucked, but I don't think that's why they didn't get picked up.
Yeah. Oh boy.
If I understand correctly, and if I got this wrong, somebody please write in and correct me, but I'm pretty sure what I read was they had already produced most of season 2 when they got canceled. And so what Netflix did was buy the rights to show it, but they didn't really fund the production. So like, they were still canceled. They just had a place to show their episodes. You know what I mean?
Sure. It's like, well, hopefully someone will pick us up for the third seat. Like,
yeah,
maybe Paramount will take us back. No.
And I've read some stuff that recently where they're like, yeah, we stuck around waiting for a while, and now the creative team has disbanded and gone and gotten other jobs because we're not getting the call. So that's
maybe we could do a series of children's books. No.
I mean, the thing is, like, I agree with you that because of that, this falls flat. But I get what they were trying to do. They were being a little ambitious. They took a chance. Unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Sorry.
What?
I had a moment where I'm like, is this the first Star Trek that got canceled since the original series? No, that was Enterprise.
Yeah.
I forget because I was so happy about that.
It's hard to tell in this era, like, not getting an order for more is not quite the same as being canceled. You could say Strange New Worlds got canceled, but it also they just didn't want more. So
everything is so weird now.
They don't want a lot. Like, they don't want a long-running series anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't get. But anyway.
Well, I think it plays into that assumption. It's like, no, if we pump out a bunch of new stuff, like, people will always be interested in the new thing.
Well, it's like it seems to be the comic book keep renumbering to number 1 bullshit.
That is it occurred to me that, like, all TV is now what they used to do with children's TV, which is you do 5 years until the kids grow up and then you reboot.
Yeah.
Now it's My Little Pony, The Next Generation, or whatever.
It took them a while to work that out, though.
Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, that didn't happen so much. It started happening a little, I think, in your generation, but it's really happening now.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No, every time I spend any amount of time thinking about why TV producers do the things they do, I just get an angry headache.
I mean, Maggie, it's the same answer that to just about everything that sucks in our lives these days is capitalism.
Yep. And every time it makes me so angry, I bite through my own teeth.
Well, you probably shouldn't do that. You need those.
No, I'm on, like Indentures 7 or 8 now?
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. If you got disposable teeth,
fangs.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My bad thing you kind of covered in your summary already, which is, boy, they restated the situation and the stakes in part 1.
Holy shit, they sure did.
So many times. They spent a half the fucking runtime telling us how we got here, what we need to do to fix it, what will subsequently happen. And then, like I said in my summary in part 2, then they showed a bunch of quick clips that okay, because we left the ship there, Dal found the ship, and because he left the comm badge, he could understand rock. And okay, I was here for this.
Yeah. And
I know, man.
Yeah. And if you don't repeat all that stuff, the bits where Dal puts the comm badge down for himself to find are good, really good, you know?
No, and honestly, I would have shown past Dal picking it up, at least make that connection, because I forgot why he left it there. And so, but all the rest of it, I appreciate this is a show for kids. It got a little confusing. I think they were trying to explain it, but all they did was just keep saying the same thing. They did explain it, and then they did it again and again and again.
Yeah.
They kept restating the same information. Which
it's that fucking,
was not helpful.
We have to keep saying it because people might be on their phones.
Okay. But they might be on their phones looking up what happened, so you might not even need to do that. But
I was on my phone looking up what that plaque in Bever's office was for.
And did you find any answers?
Yes, I did. It was for, that... It was for a real weird random episode of TNG that I have to re-find now.
That's all right. What was... Do you remember?
Do you remember the one where, Picard gets, he gets real, affable and goes into 10-4's everyone have a beer on me, Captain Picard.
Here's to the finest crew in Starfleet. Yeah,
it's
that's
something
the quote
like
they
that.
pulled for that song.
Yeah.
I think he ended up being a fake Picard there.
That might have been it. It was a real weird pull because I saw when I saw that it was on her desk, I'm like, oh, okay, this will be I don't know, some fucking thing that I Maggie should obviously know.
No, not necessarily. Especially with our criticisms of Bever notwithstanding, she didn't have a lot of focus episodes. So you only got one a season to pull from where she did something interesting, you know?
I mean, honestly, it should have been Bever had a great time fucking you. Love a ghost. Here we go.
But
on Beverly's desk
candle.
is a plaque. Yeah. Allegiance, it was called. Her and her away team's honorary citizenship to Core Caroli 5.
Okay. That's not a bad pull because it's obscure and it's a thing she did earn and she would have, so that's all right. Yeah. But once again,
meanwhile, in Bever's office.
Not a bad little cameo, but once again, Beverly Crusher has only one thing about her, and that's her children. And
my boys.
The thing here is Wesley gets to meet Jack, which isn't bad in and of itself. It's just, does Beverly Crusher ever get anything to do other than worrying about her children? For Christ's sake.
Nope. Starfleet's number one mom. She's even got the mug.
I guess.
Mom, you're mom of the year.
And I know all the years because I'm a traveler.
All the years. Mom, I've been in all the time. I've crossed galaxies, and you're definitely the best mom.
And yet I couldn't maintain contact with you for how long has passed? 10 years?
Feels like 30 years. Yeah.
Since no, it hasn't been that long because the all the stuff that happened in Picard is then, and this is well before that. So.
Yeah, it's probably 15 years or something.
I think we're in the same period that Lower Decks was in, which is a bit after Next Gen, but not extremely. We're still in roughly the same time period. So yeah, because Riker was still on the Titan at that point.
Yeah, there we go.
So anyway,
and 1, 2, 3, 4.
What was your good thing?
Yeah, so the series ends with Majel and Zero doing that Vulcan-linked fingers things. You all know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
I've been waiting this entire series since Majel showed up for them to kiss. And you know what? This is as close as I was going to get, and they pulled it off.
It's weird that 2 Star Trek series in a row have, late in the series, brought in a Lady Vulcan...
Yep.
Who has improved the overall chemistry of the ensemble. Happened twice now. It's weird.
Yeah. They kind of did it in Disco, too. She was a supporting character, but still.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Tarina. Yep. Absolutely.
That was it. It was Tarina. I'm like, to Kate?
To
Betty?
Mm-hmm. My good thing is actually...
To Veronica Lodge?
Yes. I actually pulled a quote for this episode because it made me laugh, which I will just play this here.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, careful! That temporal energy will scatter your particles to the next century!
I'm gonna forget you said that!
Why? It's true!
Jenkin Pog, I love you, and I will miss you desperately.
Yeah, seriously. What a great character.
He did that thing again. I'm going to forget you said that. Why? It's true!
It's really important that you know that!
You're going to die!
Stop telling people they're going to die. No!
Not if they keep risking their lives. I just call them like I see them.
Jenkin Pog at the base of the giant tower they have to climb going, I'm going to get up on that roof.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And indeed he did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you didn't do your standard goodbye this person, goodbye that person.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, you got the last one.
Well, okay.
Which is fine. I don't know. This one feels so like...
Yeah. No, again, we talked about this all season. Talked about this all season, how the main core cast got very little to do. And I touched on this briefly in my summary, how we really treated Dal and Gwyn like they went through some stuff so that now they understand Gwyn is the leader and Dal is the number one. And that would be a great point to reach if we had traveled the journey to get there, and we did not.
It just does not feel like that at all. It really feels like all the legacy characters sort of took over and made the cast supporting, you know?
Well, them in Essentia.
Yeah, God.
Mm-hmm.
There's a shot when they're doing the slow walk to go dramatically save the day or whatever, and I'm just looking at 4 legacy characters plus Gwyn's dad, and it really feels like our guys are all kind of tucked in the corner, and I'm like, there it is.
Where are all the prodigies?
Yeah. I thought this was about these dumb kids. I like the dumb kids.
I love the dumb kids.
Yeah.
Dal and Gwyn never did it for me, but
no.
Jenkin Pog, Zero, Rock, all
Rock's great. Rock and Jenkin Pog had nothing to do in these last 2 episodes.
No, Zero had a bit to do previously with their new body.
Yeah.
But in these couple episodes, not much either. They were all part of the science team. But
yeah. Season 2 leaned so hard into the solemn stuff with Gwyn, but Gwyn was never the character to fucking carry that.
No, we in season 1 were good, that's behind us. Now let's do something else. And instead they're oh no, now we're gonna get into it. Oh
yeah. No, we're doing this is the show now. It's
okay, so let's talk about this.
Yeah.
This episode opens where the last one left off, where the inhabitants of Solemn have decided, we don't approve of Essentia, the rebellion, viva la resistance.
Yeah, exactly.
And, they're fuck you, actually. And she's no, we will still rule and fuck Starfleet. And so I'm trying to puzzle this out. What is her motivation at this point?
I don't know. I never understood, because she was the secret second villain who shows up later.
I didn't hate that. I didn't hate that the diviner had an underling who was still hanging around. That was fine.
But what it means is that I never sort of got really what her deal was as she was promoting herself from secondary villain to primary villain.
Yeah. She wanted to rule Solemn, and presumably she was on the same side as the diviner in the other timeline.
Yeah.
It was we don't like Starfleet and we're going to fight them. But when it becomes clear that none of the people on the planet want that, then what?
Yeah.
At that point, you just want power, which is fine. But that's so
you're allowed
Saturday
to just
morning
want power.
Yeah, but that's so Saturday morning villain, in a way that this show mostly avoided.
Yeah.
And even the diviner had motives that I didn't agree with at all and I thought were stupid, but at least they were no, he thought he was
had
protecting
clear-cut motives. Yeah.
Yeah, he thought he was doing something good.
Yeah.
But she, once the people turned against her, should have admitted defeat right there. Well, if I can't help the planet, then I guess I'm done. But instead we had to sword fight for an hour.
Yeah, I have to sword fight with Gwyn one last time.
And then, as you point out, they do all this force stuff, which doesn't make a lick of
that came out of nowhere.
They're all giving her the spirit to fight or whatever, and I wouldn't like that no matter what. I think it's dumb. But if they had set up that's how these guys work, I'd be like, well, okay, that was set up. But they didn't.
So the way it's set up is that Asensia's got like her big sword that she's gonna stab Gwyn in the neck with, and Gwyn's doing that like 2-hand no, don't stab me in the neck thing. And there's a big crowd forming around them, and they start like giving their solemn spirits to Gwyn and going like, "I believe in you, Gwyn."
You can see their foreheads glowing, and as their glow fades, her glow like increases. And it's like, okay, I understand visually what's happening here, but I don't understand conceptually what's happening here.
I'm just watching, and I'm just like, you guys should just run over there and beat up Asensia. Like,
yeah, if you like,
there's like 30 of you.
It would be the same amount of power spread across a bunch of people instead of all in one person. That would be much better. No, eggs in one basket. That's the solemn way.
All right.
Yep.
We love you, Gwen. Okay, cool. That's cool.
Whatever. They did give Hologram Janeway a little bit of like a last bit of thing where she is being real irritable with Chuck. Like he's like, yeah, we got to steer the thing through the wormhole and return the ship back to Tars Lamora. And she's like, yeah. And when they find me, my memory's wiped. I know this. Yeah. That means we're gonna have to wipe my memory. I don't like that, man.
Not a big fan.
I spent 10 years with you on a planet forming 10 years worth of memories. Like, I'm a guy.
I was pissed off when, like, it secretly happened to that. Maggie remembers that moment distinctly.
But then Chuck's like, no, we'll find a way to back you up. And then they actually did.
Yeah.
Like, because with the help of the doctor who's been, like, studying all this hologram shit for years, he's like, oh, wait a minute. We should stop using zip disks and burn you to a DVD.
There we go.
You would never
better than a DVD.
Disc. Well,
God, this file is huge.
Anyway, I didn't hate that.
No.
And then bringing her back to be their captain was good. But I pointed this out in my summary. Are holograms not synths? I understand they are projected light, but they're still computer AI personalities. What's the difference what the package is? If it's in a robot body or in a hologram, it's still an AI.
I do not understand that at all, but I guess, like, this is not the first time Trek's made a distinction, like, said that there was a distinction between them that I don't understand, so fine, whatever.
I guess.
We're all out on synths. Holograms we can control. Holograms aren't real people, right, Doctor? Well,
we didn't do several episodes about that on Voyager, so that's
absolutely not.
I'll just write another book.
My plans to overthrow Starfleet. Good thing no one reads these.
But like, I'm trying to remember, and it's been a while because this is before we took our break when we ran out of stuff to do. But Picard season 1, I thought there weren't any holograms in the fleet. I thought like Rios had his own, and I remember,
and like that was unique.
I faintly remember them reacting like, "Oh, we don't see these anymore," or something. Something along. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
I get you could be wrong, but that sounds right.
Yeah,
but
I miss Rios.
I don't know. Yeah, I do too. I loved Rios.
We had a lot of Murph in this two-parter.
Oh God, we did have a lot of Murph.
Got anything more to say about that?
No, I hate Murph. I had the realization when I was watching, because I usually skip the credits because I don't care and they're long.
And it's the same every time.
And it's the same every time. And I realized that it literally is the same every time because I started early on the shot of the Prodigy logo, and Slug Murph is still in that. Like, they didn't even swap that shit out.
Well, like I said, Tila watches a bunch of these with me, and she watched... she hasn't watched a lot of this season, and so I started bitching about Murph, and she's like, what's wrong with Murph? I like Murph. And then she sees what Murph is now, and she's like, oh! Like, she liked Murph the dog. She is not a fan of Murph, whatever the fuck he is now.
Murph the dog was fine. Like...
Yeah, we weren't fans. I want to be clear. There's definitely tape of us saying, ugh, we hate Murph, but we didn't know. We were young and naive. We had no idea what was coming.
Well, that's before Murph evolved into a gross baby, and then we got Bribble because we didn't have Dog Murph anymore. I hate all of them.
Yeah.
Fucking bunch of Slimers running around. Fucking Bribble and the real Ghostbusters.
We both had the note about Dal having to go fix the cable being exactly like Doc Brown.
Exactly like Doc Brown.
Yeah, it really was.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Those fucking
I kept expecting them to just tie a big wire to the top of the protostar.
Jenkinpog didn't have time to make this to scale or to paint it.
No, it looks good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. What was I gonna say? Oh, those fucking time squids. So I never understood. Like, they explain it. Boy, God knows Wesley.
Boy, God, howdy, did they explain it?
But they eat time or some dumb shit. It was dumb when they showed up at Wesley's house. But like, the fact that they showed up.
Hello, Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
Are you home? Are you to home?
Is that a Venture Brothers reference?
Probably.
Okay. Colonel Gentleman, are you to home? Things Colonel Gentleman didn't like in season 2 of Prodigy. Time squids.
Too much Smurf.
Wesley goddamn Crusher. But like, it felt like one of those things where it's like, we've gotten through all the obstacles. Oh, wait, you forgot one more obstacle. Here's these guys again. And it's like, again?
Well, and they wrapped that up in 3 minutes of the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that.
Okay, I don't want to get too much into the time logic again because we're all sick of it.
Yeah, well, and we're almost done. We don't have to deal with this shit anymore.
But here is a fundamental problem. The protostar had to be restored to exactly the way they found it. That makes sense to me. Like, when you deal with time stuff and something was in the past, you have to put it back the way it was. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
But one of the fundamental ways that it was that it had that red ball doomsday device in it. Mm-hmm. Which they said, oh, we can just disable that. We use virus software or whatever. Did they turn it back on? Like,
I mean, I think they had to.
But they were in constant touch with Voyager, so if they did that, like, I don't know.
Oh, good point.
It felt like a detail that, like, they should have just shown someone throwing a switch and the thing turning back on or whatever. But, like, they just, like, forgot that. Like, one of the main things is, it sucks, it's going to kill some people, but that's the way the timeline goes. You got to do that. Like,
can't make an omelet without breaking some Edith
Keelers.
Edith Keelers.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say, Edith Palmer? That's not a name.
Well, maybe you're thinking of Laura Palmer because she died.
Yeah.
Too, I'm not spoiling.
You did have to break some Laura Palmers. That's what I learned in season 3 of Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm. So, tangentially related to Star Trek, I have recently discovered David Gerald has a whole body of work that I was not aware of. He wrote The Trouble with Tribbles and I think the animated Tribble episode too.
Yes.
And he co-wrote a book with Larry Niven, who's also one of my favorite guys. I talked about that years ago when we ran into the Kzinti. And
Ringworld. Jesus Christ.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
And so they wrote something together. It was like, oh, this is a perfect place to start. I'll start with this guy I think I like, paired up with this guy I know I like. And unfortunately, I wasn't super into it, but the gist of it was a sci-fi fantasy, or excuse me, a medieval fantasy planet where an astronaut landed and they think he's a sorcerer. And like, that's not a bad idea. It's just not my jam.
Yeah.
But one of the things that took me out of the book was, and I shouldn't have read about this on Wikipedia before I read the book, honestly. I wouldn't have caught on. All the gods in this medieval fantasy planet are named after sci-fi authors.
Oh.
And it's not super obvious unless you're looking for it.
Sure.
But at a certain point, they need the god of thunder and anger, and it's Elson.
All right.
Which is not bad for them to say, hey, Harlan, this is you.
Uh-huh.
But
well, then where's my check?
It's a little on the nose, like, if I know what I'm getting into. But if it was just, like, after the fact, like, oh, okay, that would have been...
No, I've seen that done well, and I've seen that done badly, and you got to walk a real thin line to pull it off.
It was done well until I found out, so it's kind of my fault. But
heading to Bradbury 1.
No, it was never that obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else?
There's a guy there's an extra Starfleet character in this who is blue and his face is made up of cubes, and I loved him. Great design.
That was a good design. Near the end, when I think this was when Janeway is back in Starfleet and she's talking to Admiral Jellicoe and like there's a couple other guys there. There was a Vulcan in the background that looked not quite rendered.
Oh, interesting. I missed that.
He was like a lump with pointy ears. It was like, guys, your designs for the most part have been great. What happened here?
We're going home. All right.
We didn't finish the model. We heard we got canceled. We got bummed out. We just left.
Whatever.
No one's gonna care. Yeah.
We took an early lunch and just didn't come back.
Yeah. I've been there, but you know, it really stuck out to me. It was like, wow, that is bad.
Yeah.
That's like some when you play a PS1 game bad.
Just sort of T-poses and flips out of the world.
Well, they not too long ago re-released Parappa the Rapper, which I always enjoyed. And, they did not remaster or redo it in any way. It had the original PS1 graphics. And
wow. Oh, boy.
Yeah. That's what this Vulcan looked like.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
There's a bit when Dal's talking to Wesley. I think it's Dal. And he's like, this is it. This is why you needed to keep us together. And Wesley gets real close in and gets this big smile on his face. And he's like, no, there's going to be so much more that you need to do together. And he turns into such a fucking, it feels like he should be perched at the end of Dal's bed.
Hey, kid, I know all about your destiny.
Reading about, you want to hear some nursery rhymes recited real slow?
It's a show for the girls. It's a girls for the show.
I'm your sleep paralysis demon.
Don DeMillo Crusher.
Oh, God. I think I realized what my problem with specifically this version of Wesley is, other than all the other problems I have with Wesley.
Hang on. Is it?
Oh, please.
Is it that he sucks?
He does suck. I want to be very clear on that.
Okay.
But in addition to sucking, he also has this problem.
Yes.
I noticed this episode, it's been bugging me since he showed up. I'm just like, what? There's something about this that's throwing me off. Because the caricatures they do for all the other Legacy characters usually look pretty good.
Yeah, we were very pleased with when they did the Kobayashi Maru episode and all those guys showed up. And of course, Hologram Janeway and even Chuck looked pretty good.
Yeah. I feel like they put slightly too much detail onto his face. And
maybe they had him in the studio and like texture mapped him or whatever, you know what I mean?
But it makes him have way too detailed a face in comparison to everybody else. It kind of makes him his head on that body. It looks a lot like an action figure.
I could see that.
You'd get the old Migos where it would be like a real Captain Kirk head on top of a generic Barbie doll body.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah. And I think that was it. I'm just like, God, there's something real off about all of this, and I hate it.
Yeah, no, I get it. And then his hair and beard also, like you pointed out in the Tribble episode, they're not good with texture.
No.
With hair. So, he's, I think, well, no, Chuck had a beard for a bit, and it looked okay.
Chuck had a beard. We talked about this. If your hair is basically a sculpted hat or a sculpted mask, it works.
Yeah.
But if you try and do anything sort of beyond that, it looks off.
Yeah, and he absolutely looked off.
Yeah.
That was part of it, too. I agree with your assessment 100%, but I also think his hair looked real weird, too.
Yeah.
So.
And this is also just part of, the way my brain is wired, where I can't look, AI images always look too shiny to me.
See, you have a benefit there. I keep getting tricked by that shit, and I hate it.
It's the problem is it's getting a lot better really quickly. So I used to be able to do this real easily, and now it's getting harder.
I wonder if your face blindness has something to do with that. I
would not be surprised.
You notice certain details that maybe I'm not wired to notice or whatever. That's interesting.
I've also been doing some reading into what exactly is wrong with my brain.
Well,
and a lot picking out background details is also a thing. Especially if you don't make eye contact with anyone, including pictures.
I mean, there's a lot of things that could be. But you should talk to a professional about that.
I definitely should.
Maybe not a book.
I had a moment where I was like, I don't know what anybody I know's eye color looks like. I've known you for 20 years, and like, I could not tell you.
I don't know what color your eyes are either. And the way I have my office set up, I have pictures of all of us like come up in little slideshows regularly, and I still don't know. So, that's not just you, but
that's actually good to hear.
Some other stuff going on too.
Yeah, it's a rich tapestry.
No, I'm not trying to diminish what you're going through. I'm just saying, like, but that particular thing, like, I have similar issue there.
Yeah.
What else?
Let's see. Brief appearance by the beloved Dr. Aaron.
Yeah, that was good. She gave like the commencement speech at Starfleet or whatever. That was good.
Love her.
Yeah, that's been a good pull. I wouldn't mind her showing up in one of the live action ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring her back I know we're in the deep future with Academy, but bring her back as a hologram or something.
Yeah, or Dr. Aaron the Third. They used to do that.
I guess so. We'd be on Aaron the 25th or something. Like, remember, they're like 800 years in the future. No. That's a lot of generations.
All right. No, you're right. Dr. Aaron the Fourth.
Yeah. Okay. Or just Aaron Soong, and then she looks exactly the same.
Problem solved.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Brent Spiner kicks the door in. I heard there was a storm.
Science. There was some real clumsy imagery, like metaphor happening.
Oh yeah.
So they're talking about finding the right wormhole and finding the needle in the haystack, and then they're like, "No, we need to stitch all the wormholes together with the needle in the haystack."
Yeah.
Like trying to really bring that loom thing home, huh?
Uh-huh.
Just bad, real bad.
Yeah.
Also, when they were looking at models of the wormholes in wherever they were in the science department or engineering or whatever, all the wormhole model holograms looked like that fucking shitty game Wesley was playing in that episode, The Game.
Yeah. The
holes tapering off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, yeah, that's what a wormhole is. That's what you were playing when you played that game. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
What else? Anything?
Tetris it ain't, I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have anything else? Not really.
That's not all for me.
Yeah.
No, me neither. Bit of a disappointment, but overall, I didn't hate this series.
No. I will look, I'm always gonna have fond memories of these guys, like
no, and we should go over it a little more in depth next week. Like, I think that's good supplemental talk. But I still would tell someone I had a good time. If I were recommending it, I would say stop at season 1.
Yeah, just watch season 1.
Yeah, that is like, and I'll say this again and again, the most consistent Star Trek series I've seen maybe ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
It didn't reach the highest of highs, but it never really dipped either. It was consistently a bit above average the whole time.
Yeah.
Which I can't think of any, like even when we loved DS9, there was still Prophet and Lace occasionally.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No. I wish they'd gotten a third season, but
I usually could not care less about continuing the story in some other medium, like doing a comic that follows on or whatever.
Yeah.
But in this one case, if they did a narrative video game or if they did a comic or something that kept the story going, I would check it out because I would love to see more adventures with these kids.
This is the kind of thing where it would not surprise me at all to have to open up like a Trek comic and it's like, hey, Jenkum Pog joined the cast.
That would be okay.
And he's here now.
But I want to see what their actual adventure, like what they were setting up here.
Yeah.
Like them going off in the new Protostar class ship.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been great.
I would much rather see that than the amount of times I've seen Mariner show up just randomly.
Mm. And say things like Nepo baby. Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah, I did not care for that either.
You guys really captured her personality of annoying me and not being funny. Nice job.
Well, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is more supplemental talk, but real quick, I did check out that new IDW series where they bring Kirk back, and not for me, but I think you might enjoy it, actually.
No, I'm excited. I like that team, the team that's on it.
Well, they've done two issues already.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'll pick that up.
Yeah.
I should read that before we get the supplemental next week, actually.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about it more.
Yeah.
And I'll play the Prodigy game a little more, but I was super disappointed in that.
That's too bad.
It's set somewhere in the middle of season 1, so like a lot of stuff is not that interesting yet. But
we have to find a way to defeat the Diviner.
That's it. And Dal just keeps hitting on Gwyn. Like, ugh.
I don't want these.
Nope. All right. But I suppose that's all for this time.
Yeah.
So next week is supplemental. Like I said, write to us if you can. Postatomichorror@gmail.com. After that, we're going into Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
Which season 1 of that I remember being solid. Then
that's a strong one.
Gets shakier as I recall, but we'll get to it. And they are doing a puppet episode. So.
I don't. Speaking of things I don't want.
Yeah, but we'll get to it.
Yeah,
we'll get to it. I think when they realized they were the campy one is when they started losing me a little bit. But that first season, very solid.
I think they've also realized that they were doing too many campy ones. Like
maybe
I've seen interviews with them going into season 4 and 5 that are like, yeah, we're not going to do quite as many of those.
Yeah. I love like you heard me complain for years about levity in like Enterprise and then Discovery.
Yeah.
But also there's such a thing as too much levity. Like you need to take it a little seriously.
Yeah.
So, all right. So look forward to that.
Yep.
And let's see. As ever, the website is postatomichorror.com. The Patreon is patreon.com/Algar. You can get episodes way ahead of time. For those of you on the Patreon right now, like you're going to hear Strange New Worlds well before everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
For the rest of you, if you join as you're hearing this, you're going to hear us in like season 2 of that. So check it out. And that's all for this time.
Yeah. See you, folks.
The Post-Atomic Horror Podcast is a co-production of Maggie Robotham and Ron Algar Watt. Copyright 2025. Please don't sue us. We're just doing this for fun.